Hey y'all, Scavenger Reviews here. Real short one. Just wanted to tell like a personal story today. So, I paint my nails. As you can see, they're all chipped and stuff. But we're gonna ignore that. Um, well, I got the question today, and it was from an older lady. There was a couple actually. It was a old lady and an old man, and I I like old people. Old people are very nice. Well, she just asked me straight up. She said, "Excuse me, can I ask you something?" I said, "Sure." And she was like, "Why do you paint your nails?" And like, getting that question from an older person, you just never know how it's gonna go. It can go either positive, it can go negative, you never know. So I always just answer honestly. I just like it. I say that every single time, somebody asks me, "Why do you paint your nails?" I just like it. And she goes, "Oh, okay." Because she was like, how did she say it? I want to make sure I kind of get it right. She was like, "Well, we were just out eating, and there was a guy as old as we were, and he was painting his nails." And I went, "Well, why shouldn't he?" And she was like, "No, no, no, that's not what I'm saying. It just surprised me, is all." It was like, "Oh, okay. Well," sorry, my cat's tweaking. Anyways, she goes on to say, um, she was like, "Oh, okay, well, that's fine." And I'm like, I kind of just was feeling ballsy, I guess, and I upped the ante and I said, I wear makeup too, because I wear makeup too. And she went like, "What?" And I said, "Yeah, lipstick, eyeliner, the whole works." And she's like, "That's crazy. Probably Maybelline, right?" Because she was like on board at this point. She was like, "Probably Maybelline, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I started to tell her about this. I've mentioned it in a few of my videos. I started to tell her about the NYX brand NYX, and that stuff is like really really good. And she was like, "Okay, I'll check that out. I'll have to remember that." And it was just a positive experience. Just to remember that it's not always bad. Sometimes that's a good question. Sometimes it's just genuine curiosity, and I'm really happy about that. Anyways, like I said, real short one. I've been Scavenger though, and yeah, catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.